Hi, my name is Gabie. For me, I actually started with food. I started with cooking, and then after that I expanded to vlogging, but then at the end of the day, everything relates to food. I sometimes talk about topics that are kind of relates to me, but I'll say I do more like food and lifestyle. I studied French cooking. I have a French cooking certificate, cuisine certificate, and I also was a master chef. So everything led me to cooking and eating, and when I was casted at this documentary, it was also about travel and like trying out food. So it's also my passion. Food was like the only thing that really connected me and my friends, me and my non-Korean friends, and also my Korean friends. So yeah, it's my passion. So. Normally, Korean food YouTubes don't really talk, and that really, I couldn't really relate to that. Like the famous food cooking YouTubes, they don't really they just cook and they don't explain to you. It's just cooking and it's quiet. It's really relaxing, but then that's not what I wanted from the beginning. Yeah, I wanted engagement and I wanted to have a character. So it is less shareable, I think, worldwide, because if you don't talk, it's more easier to watch if you don't speak that language. So it's more shareable, but then I knew the risks, kind of like, I knew that there would be like a limit of my videos being shared, but then I had to ask myself, like, what do I want? So at the end of the day, I always want to make stuff that I won't regret, and then somehow at the same time will stand out and like something that like screams out Gabie. So yeah. Yeah, he does actually. He just gives me a lot of input. And more than that, like he never really touches my creativity or my ideas, or he doesn't give me like random ideas like I do. I just throw him a lot of ideas for his channels. Like he doesn't, because he really wants to protect my creativity. Like he really respects my creativity and ideas. He will have suggestions if I have ideas, but he wouldn't really be invasive and intrusive and like tell me what to do or what he thinks about it. Like he really respects what I do. So, but then I kind of like learn from just watching how they work, because they literally work right next to me. And I think the way they work, their rhythm, has been really inspiring for me not to stop. Because sometimes they're together and then I'm alone, and just being alone, just really, you can be not motivated all of a sudden and not do anything, which it happened a couple of times. Yeah, because you burn out. But then because they're next to me, it really motivates me to work harder, which is really positive. And sometimes negative because I burn out as well. But yeah, it's been so far positive. I actually am working with this really talented videographer / photographer called Danny Park. We met in England. She reached out to me actually. She's a really bold person and she's really fun. She has really, really fun ideas. Actually, she has many ideas that I have to say like, no, I'm not doing that. And maybe she has 10 ideas, just pick one. And yeah, it's been really good working with her. She's freelancing for me. I wouldn't say she's my employee. So she does her own work and also does mine. And I also am working with my sister right now. So like they're not in England, so it's really global. So this is the positive side of owning a YouTube channel, because you can have your co-workers everywhere in the world and it still works. I introduced this name called TCK, Third Culture Kid. a term for people who don't feel like they belong in any country because they've moved around a lot, just like me. And Josh as well, he doesn't feel 100% British. He feels like partly Korean, partly Chinese because he lived in China for so long, and like partly he's so mixed. So there are a lot of people who are like that, and they do want to have a definition for their culture, their identity, and that's Third Culture Kid, TCK. And I introduced that on a video, and I saw so many replies saying, "Oh, I didn't know I was a Third Culture Kid. I didn't know how to explain myself, but this is amazing, you know." And they, a lot of people share their stories, and I think like the more I open up about my thoughts, my personal experience, is when like really like touching moments happen, because that's when I'm the most vulnerable, and your audience become vulnerable as well. They open up to you. So that's when all those touching comments happen. And the cute side, sometimes I get like DMs from moms taking pictures of their babies and kids watching my videos. They're like, "Oh, she likes your brownie video or like cookie video," you know, and that really makes me like want to work more. Yeah. It is mostly gonna be about recipes. But then I also want to like write, I don't know, I'm in the process. I have all the menus that I'm gonna write about, but then I think the hardest part is like how am I gonna write some stories that is more fun, maybe, yeah, like cultural differences, like how people are in England, and how I get a lot of questions like, are you good friends with English people? I'm like, what? But then I do get a lot of questions like that. How do you become really good friends who, you know, don't have the same background? You don't have. Yeah, and I guess that's why they watch a lot of my vlogs, because they find it like, oh, how is she like so easily approachable to people who are not her race or whatever. So I guess I'll like also write about that. I think in Korean. Hopefully it will be translated in English. Actually, I do get a lot of questions like that. People think that my passion would be like opening my own place, but actually that's not my passion. Like I thought I would want to until I worked at a restaurant. There are people who really enjoy the thrill of being pushed to cook really fast and pressured, but I'm not that kind of person. I'm more like relaxed and freestyle, and like this is not my style, and I don't think I can like really truly enjoy cooking the same thing every single day, because that's what you actually do. And if you are in the kitchen, you literally make the same thing over and over and over and over again. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm like always asking myself. What would I do if I don't do YouTube? You know, if I don't do YouTube, and one day if I have to stop making videos, then what would I do? I have no idea actually. What would I do? I think I'll still be in the media, because I really enjoy visual stuff and I like to create stuff. And at the same time, I like food. It's not like I just like cooking and that's it, because a lot of chefs, they just like cooking and that's it. And so I don't think I will just end up just cooking. I'll just use some other platforms to put the cooking in that platform, I think.